Hi, everyone. All right, so I wanted to give you a progress report. I'm still feeling really great. I've noticed a little bit of a slowdown in weight loss. I've lost 6 pounds in about 3 weeks. And this for me is really where the hard part begins because like anything else, it really takes motivation to stick with the plan, especially when temptation comes in. That in combination with, the scale slowing down could really, really sabotage your efforts. So it's kind of where the hard work begins. And if you are doing a ketogenic diet or any diet for that matter, this is really where you need to start paying attention and recognizing that this is a lifestyle change and that you're going to have to start becoming a little bit more aware of where you typically unravel, how are you going to incorporate this into your lifestyle. I don't mean you have to solve the problem today, but the thing about any diet, whether it be ketogenic, low fat, low carb, paleo, Weight Watchers, anything, is if you don't incorporate these lifestyle changes into your life, then it's just a diet. What happens is you reach your goal, you allow all those old habits to sneak back in, and boom, you're right back where you started. So for me, I'm sort of settling in, recognizing the weight loss might be a little bit slower right now because it's the real deal. Now I'm losing fat, so I need to be patient. Typically, you lose about 1% of your body fat per month. So just understanding, what behaviors usually trip me up and really focusing on learning, be in learning mindset, not judger mindset, but learning mindset. How can I do better next time? Was that a kind of a rough day for me? If so, why? What's there to learn from this? How do I want to feel after this evening? Do I want to feel accomplished or do I want to be mad at myself? So really, for me, it's the marriage of life coaching and weight loss. And this is really gets down to the nitty gritty. So, hey, I'm doing great. Lost that 6 pounds and I'm going to keep going. One thing that also I recognize that helped me, and I'm going to continue doing it, is in order to really, really get past those tempting moments, you really have to keep your motivation in the front of your mind. So always remembering why you're doing what you're doing. And while I have many, many reasons, some way deeper than they are shallow, the one thing right now that's sticking in my mind and really motivating me is the fact that I'm going to be wearing this black tight-fitting dress to my daughter's wedding in October, and I really just want to look and feel my best for that wedding. So every time I see something tempting, I say out loud, okay, I'm remembering the black dress. It's all about the black dress right now. And that really, it gives me humor. It gives me a reason to chuckle and smile because I'm really excited about the wedding. And also it motivates me. So something to keep in mind as when the newness of any program wears off, you have to keep yourself motivated. And remember that motivation, it's a verb, it's an action verb. So that means that you have to do something in order to stay motivated. For those of you who don't know me, I am Stacey Portugal, and I help over 40 women figure it out. It could be using ketogenic dieting, or it could just be, hey, let's reduce the carbs a little bit. Let's get rid of some of the sugar in your diet. So my clients are not all following the keto cure. They might be following more of a shake the sugar or whatever is best for them. I really help my clients. I meet them where they are and help them from that point on. So today, I also wanted to talk about Atkins versus keto and help people have a little better understanding about the difference between the two. I've been asked that question recently, and so I thought I would address it on live video. So many of you know Dr. Atkins. He's been around a long time. He wrote a book, I think it was called The Food Revolution, something like that. Really popular, sold millions and millions of copies. He was a cardiologist. He actually passed away from a head injury. But he was a cardiologist in private practice, and he noticed when he started sort of hacking himself, experimenting on himself, he had some stubborn weight that he couldn't get rid of, and he started experimenting with low-carb eating. And he did very, very well on it. And so he implemented that practice in his private practice with his patients. And when he approached the medical community, the research community, because he saw the validity, he saw, between the blood work, the weight loss results, the overall health benefits, he really tried to gather money for research and really try to put this diet more in the forefront. The problem was this was in the 1970s when he was implementing this, and he was kind of shunned a little bit because the whole fear of fat was just getting started, and it really overshadowed him, and it just wasn't popular culture to believe that you could eat fat and lose weight. People thought you were what you ate. If you ate fat, you got fat. And what we know now is that fat just had a really bad rap, but the truth is it's a lot more complicated than that. So I want to point out first that Atkins was not the only one. This diet has been around for years and years and years and years. I mean, it's really a caveman diet. While they may, if they were lucky, have potatoes available, they primarily lived on vegetables and proteins and fats. And there's current cultures that live on really just protein and fat. So there's no one right, there's no one wrong. I think it's really a matter of finding what works for you and feels right to you, and also matches the eating style that you prefer. I personally really like a ketogenic diet because I'm not a vegetarian or a vegan. That's never really worked for me, and I do like animal protein. You could be a vegetarian and do it. I will say it's not quite as easy, but you could. And I love the idea of having a plant-based diet. And here's what I mean by that. What I mean is I have a plant-based diet even though I eat animal protein. It's plant-based because I get my source of carbohydrates is vegetables. So I eat a lot more vegetables than the average person. And I kind of think that's where the Atkins message got a little bit muddled, because he sort of, I don't know if he did this or if this is how it was interpreted. I really don't know the answer to this, but it seemed as though the message of the Atkins diet was eat salami, eat bacon, eat fat, eat, as much cheese as you want, unlimited. But the truth of the matter is the ketogenic diet that I follow and that I prescribe is a well-balanced macronutrient diet. It's a macros diet. And it is very low in carbohydrates, but there's adequate protein and plenty of fat. And so it's really a whole foods, plant-based, well-balanced paleo diet. And so I do think his message got a little bit muddled, and that was part of the problem also. I think it would have been a little bit of more of a clear message to help people understand. And I think the odds were just against him. It was a cultural thing. But it would have been nice if people understood, and if they understand now, that the role of fat in our body as a macronutrient is a lot more complicated than we once thought. So what we know about ketogenic diet, especially in particular, is that when you change your metabolism over to a fat-burning metabolism, you're burning the fat that you're consuming, not just your body fat, but also the fat that you are consuming. So if you're eating saturated fats, the truth is it's going to be it's the preferred fuel for your body when it comes to fat. So if you had chicken with the skin on, or dark meat chicken, whatever, or white meat, whatever, the saturated fat from that chicken is going to get pulled first. It's going to get burned first by your body for energy. So that's why the take on saturated fat is a little different than if you're eating a high carb diet. Then you'd want to eat a low fat diet, because your body is using carbs for fuel, not fat. So I hope this isn't too sciencey for you. If you like this, please press like. Please share it with someone who you love and that could really use the information. That's why I come here several days a week to share my information with all of you. It's really in the hopes of making America a little healthier and just spreading the word about nutrition and wellness and just extending a hand to each other. So I hope it was helpful for you. That's the update with my journey. Doing great, feeling great. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep myself motivated, and think about that black dress. And also, I hope that you have a little better understanding of the difference between the Atkins diet as it was presented or interpreted many years ago versus a ketogenic diet, which in my world is a well-balanced, macronutrient, plant-based, paleo-based approach. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section. Our community begins in the comments. So I will see you all in the next video, and take care. Bye.